Chelsea then through to the final of the Club World Cup.
We discussed this yesterday, didn't we?
Right, so we won't discuss it with you in the studio.
Have you found somebody in this studio who
I'm going to ask Jules. Jules is going to be my lifeline in this. Jules, Craig says nobody cares about this tournament.
It's a glorified friendly. What are you on about?
I do, you do, Chelsea do. They want to win that trophy. Yeah. I mean, it's another trophy. You might not fancy it, Craig. You never won it. Maybe that's why. But certainly, I think they do. You know, it's like. Stop. I'm kidding you. I see why you don't care. And today's game, I mean, yeah, Chelsea were not great. I think it's maybe hard to find the motivation against Palmeiras on Saturday. Will be different, I think. But yeah, today was poor in terms of performance and level and etc. motivation, whatever. I think if you win the final, you get a trophy, you come back. It's a competition to win at the end of the day. This is what matters.
What's interesting, Frank, it's not as if Chelsea have been brilliant, gone away to this tournament and then obviously didn't care today, hence the bad performance. The performances haven't been great at all, have they, for a while?
Yes, especially the last game that they played before leaving against Plymouth and being very average, and today again. So it's yes, I'm worried. Not about that tournament. I'm with Craig. You know, the first time I have to say the truth that I watched a Club World Cup game in my life. And I'm not really into it. And as Jules said, it's good when you win it against Palmeiras on Saturday, and you can go back home and go back to the real business. But yes, Chelsea has to react if they play like that against Palmeiras, but especially if they play like that when they come back in the Premier League, they're in danger. Of course, they won't win the Premier League. I don't think they're going to finish second, but they have to make sure they can save the third spot. That's going to be the only goal they can have, with the Champions League on top of it.
That means I'm winning. I'm beating Frank.
Why?
Because I've got a 100% record. He's watched one. I've not.
There you go. I tell you what, though, overall, though, Stevie, Lukaku...
You slandered this yesterday. Don't even talk. You slandered this competition yesterday on the show.
Lukaku defying odds in his criticism, scoring in a big game, Stevie, making the difference. You say he doesn't do it.
Defying the odds.
In a big game.
I'll tell you what.
Take that, Nickel.
It's funny how you weren't talking about the chance. He actually whiffed on it. I mean,
don't take it serious. For God's sake, the man's won a Serie A title. For God's sake, he's winding you up.
I'll tell you what, though. If you're Chelsea, though, you've got to be worried about the front three,
right?
Yeah. Because I have no idea who the best front three is, and I don't think Tuchel knows either.
Right.
He's tried everything, a combination of what, half a dozen of them, Havertz, Werner, Pulisic, Ziyech, and there's no chemistry at all between them. They're getting goals, but the majority of them have been kind of the type of goals that we saw today.
Right.
Just a horrible blunder by the defenders, and you can't miss. Because they ain't really creating an awful lot, and certainly they're not scoring goals.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.